welcome to Refuel with Reverend Johnson and Reverend Rob. What's up? Hey, everybody. It's so good that you all are joining us on Friday at 7 p.m. Whoa!
We're back.
We're back. It's so good to be back with you all. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Hello. It's Friday. It's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you too. What's up, Johnson?
What's up, Robinson? How are you?
Like, come on, get online and share this with people. We got an exciting evening for ready for tonight.
Let's talk about that. Hello. How are you?
I'm so good.
It's Pastor on the screen.
Look.
I want the world to know, got to let it show.
Listen, you already know what I was about to say. I cannot. Let me tell you something, Ashton. You are not the boss of me.
He shut you down.
Like we should have known when the template came up for you to like know that that's. I was like, I can't. I mean, dude, like, could we have like finished the conversation? He was like, nope. Like, boom.
Nope. There is no finishing the conversation. We should have did that 20 minutes ago.
Listen, we were working. It's been busy.
What's up, Robinson?
Hey, Johnson, how are you?
I am well, thank you. You have been completely MIA this week.
Listen. It has been. I mean, we ain't gonna take up the whole hour, but I could. It's been busy. Like, between work, new job, trying to manage, and so there's a 30-day transition period.
Okay.
So I'm trying to. This is really hard, actually, because I love where I'm at, right? And I have this amazing project that I'm working on that is like so cool. So I work in cybersecurity, so it's just a cool project, and it's coming to deployment. So I kind of don't want to let go because all the hard work is done, and so it's easy, right? And so I'm like, yeah. I briefed today to our leadership, in DC, and I got off the call. I was like, yes. And everybody was like, oh, that was so dope, Sean. Blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to turn it right over to because we got a new PM, and I was like, I'm about to turn this right over to you, and I felt some kind of way about that. And he was like, oh yeah, thank you, because you did all the work. All I gotta do is like follow your plan.
So it's good until you're in that change window, and then stuff happens, and you have MIs, and then you're like, you may be helpful. You're glad that you're not at the helm when it happens.
Well, you know how my work ethic is, and so when I am pushing for something and driving for something, like I need everyone to get out of my way. And I have decided to hold on to this project even after the 30 days. So today I walked the construction site with my new job. Yeah, it's just
okay. Well, it sounds interesting. It sounds fun.
Very interesting. It's cool. It's amazing to build stuff from the ground up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. What's up with you? Oh, and my boyfriend is performing tonight. So literally, it's like I mean, he's been having a tour. Like every time I turn around, like there's another one. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's dope.
Well, yes, and his flyers they are amazing. I saw them. Can't wait. What?
I said, wasn't that flyer dope? And the promoter or the owner of the club obviously have someone on staff to kind of do those things. Mm-hmm. So really good. Like he's not an Ashton, but
Well, we can't all be Ashton. But listen, speaking of Ashton, this brother is amazing. So at my job, we are in June, we'll be launching our LGBTQIA ERG. And I called him this week. Now, I prefaced it, hey, can you show me how to do this? But after he attempted his training session with me, he said, why don't I just do it?
Do what?
So he's making me we're having our what we're calling our coming out party.
Okay.
To kick off the month, and I wanted because we are spoiled now, and so I'm like, well, I can't just have a PowerPoint presentation playing during the meeting, and so so he's putting together a timer for me. We're working on the content, but he did it, and they absolutely loved it. So
you have to show me. I would love to see it. I would like to see it. That would be fun.
Yeah, so it was cool.
That's
but it was good.
Yeah.
I did also at work for Pride Month. I did what we call our courageous conversation, and it was called "It's Not a Choice." And so met with one of our another leader within my company, and just talked about my story. So triggered some things for me, brought some and so we're gonna
strangers.
It's gonna go out to my company.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Damn, like you are really. I'm proud of you.
so I was like, so you know me, right? Open book. And then after it, I was like, well.
Did you want to change your mind?
No, I don't change my mind. Like it was authentic, right? And I hope the goal was to bring awareness to, in my opinion, being same gender loving is not a choice. And so how we get to navigate that in our professional environments and create a space for all people, no matter sexual orientation, gender, race, religion, or faith path. I guess that's the politically correct. But yeah, so it was good. It was a good week. Your nephews are, I
saw pictures this week. Joy sent me some pictures.
Oh, did she? Okay. Yeah. So.
Because you stopped sending them. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got them, didn't you? So Bryce has this thing that when he sees, if Brayden gets picked up to put in his chair first, Bryce runs and he slides in the tunnel. It's the cutest thing.
You have a video of that. Did you video?
Okay, I'll try to get a bit. He moves so daggone fast.
You're so rude. You're just dropping the ball. You're so worried about that fence. I get it. You want to send me a picture of the fence. Send me a picture of my nephews.
Listen, we are making such good progress. Shout out to Loretta for being that person, man. She's amazing.
Yo, let me tell you, we're trying to extend our patio, and so I contacted Loretta. And I was like, yo, like, hey, hey, shout out to you, Darnell. I'll see you, bro. Thank you. I was like, so I got the guy coming over to give us some estimates, and I should send her a picture of the kind of like what I want, a cement circular kind of like half moon connected to the back patio we have. And then I wanted to extend like a walking path enough to put on my grill because I don't want my grill on the grass. And so she was like, Sean, you're going to pay at least, I think she said like $5,000. I'm like, girl, I'm not paying no $5,000. So she was like, she talked about how the cement is expensive now. And she gave me a price that what I should consider paying somebody. And that's what I love about, being able to tap back into your friends and family who have these expertise. And she is always so welcoming. So shout outs to you, Loretta. We love you. And thank you for taking care of us in so many ways that we probably don't have nobody else to take care of us in that way.
Not at all. And so I think we'll be about 95% done tomorrow. So we're going to get up early.
It's beautiful, by the way. I like it. Now, while I don't like the idea of covering it up in terms of, but I get the reason why.
Yeah.
So I think it'll definitely give the kids, or Joy some security in terms of letting the kids be out there. But like I cannot wait to the day that you go to park your car and Joy car is not that close to the.
Listen, so that's why we didn't extend it across because I was like, I ain't trying to buy a new car nor a new.
I was cracking up. I was like, I told Chris, I said, Chris, I don't know how she gonna back that joint up or move it because she can barely park now. We were cracking up. Like,
I can't do it. So I learned how to park for the driving test, and then I crashed into the little guardrail when I got my driver's license. So
the car. How's your car?
It's good. It's good. It still drives, still has 4 wheels, no additional dings or
not 4 wheels.
But yes, so we are. I don't know what's been going on this week. All I've been is focused on work, home. So I don't know.
I think that that's what we should talk about. Like, obviously I paid $72 to fill up my truck yesterday and I was not happy about that. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I was on the wrong side of the base.
You had to. But I haven't seen, so for me, gas prices, maybe they have gone up, but like I filled up like the day after everybody was worried. I didn't have any problem. And then I filled up again this morning and didn't have a problem. Gas was still like $3 something for me.
Yeah, it was like $3.79. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah.
I feel like I want to go to my leadership and remind them, don't be telling nobody that, oh, everything is cheap in Huntsville. Lies. Absolutely lies. The toilet paper, the tissues, everything. I went to Publix, which is like our Safeway, our
I've been there before when I was in Florida. They're good. Like I hear about the sandwiches, right?
The meat, everything is very fresh, it's very clean. It's a dope store. $100. I think I may have, bought a couple things with the Sam's. $150. And I promise you, I only bought like paper towels. I'm gonna start sending Christmas store because I ain't paying them. I'm like, where is the discount? However, I will say I just finished my taxes, or I just had my tax prepared. I was sharing with the group earlier, the team, that this is the first time in probably 20 plus years that I have not, completed my own taxes. And I am here to tell every single business owner out there, anyone that's on a hustle, anyone who has any type of extracurriculum activities that you are getting I don't even know the name of the form, a 1099 for, I suggest you get a tax preparer. This tax preparer was amazing. She came recommended by my mom in Delaware. Everything was texting. Like, I just took pictures of stuff. Boom. It was amazing. And this is the first time that I have, didn't have to finagle to get things done.
Listen, I never trust myself to do it.
I
refuel behind bars.
Well, and when I name finagle, I mean as in do things that you think that you should be doing, and then
absolutely. I think that's a value add to have.
Absolutely. Like, I did not know that. I was walking around here thinking that, I'm going to be able to claim all of my relocation on my taxes. Well, apparently in 2018, the man that was in the presidency decided to not have that be a tax deduction anymore. And so that people, only people that can do that are people who are in the military. And I'm saying to myself, well, how did I not know that? How did I not pay attention to, and again, talks about, when we go to the polls, right? And so these little reading
on your ballots, right? That matters.
I drove halfway around I drove all the way down the world with a tow truck with cars. And you mean to tell me I'm working for the federal government and you can't give me a tax deduction? Nope. I was feeling myself like I was furious. I was pissed because I just knew that would be, I went on. I had fancy stuff done, like.
I remember the logic in doing this.
Right. So, hey, go ahead and I'll hire movers. Pack my stuff up, right? I'm thinking, I'll go ahead and claim that on my taxes. I'll be fine. I'll get that money back. What the hell? I should have waited for that 20% incentive, or I should have waited for a paid move.
You shouldn't have moved. But no. I'm just saying. Okay, so
the moral of the story is, get yourself a tax preparer. Don't be out here trying to do your own taxes, because I done been audited like 3 times, and I'm just trying to tell y'all, it is not. Remember, Johnson, we were sitting in my living room.
Listen, highlighters, printers, papers everywhere. God,
I had to prove, but
that's right.
I just did my taxes wrong, so I didn't do them this year. It was a little complicated, and I am so happy that I spent that money to pay somebody to do them. So listen. Yeah. For all those out there that got those businesses, just go ahead and pay somebody. It's so much easier.
Hey, John. Hey, Elder Taylor. Hey, Pastor. Good to see you all. We love you too. So, you ready to see the memes?
I don't know. I want to bring our guest on real quick because I got a bone to pick with her. She was talking mad trash.
I'm fine with having
Okay, let's go through. Let's go. Let's go through the memes.
Absolutely.
Let's go through the memes.
No, we can hold on. So let's intro her. We can bring her on. She can be a part of the memes. I will start this off. She is one of my dearest friends.
You probably need to check to make sure her phone is charged. How about that?
Ashton, what you doing? Can you give us some information? What happened?
I'm sure.
Okay, there we go. I mean, listen, we were changing devices. All right. I knew if she wasn't, Ashton was going to stop us.
He probably would just ignore us like he's been doing all the other times.
So, anyway, she is one of my closest friends. She is a fellow Gemini. It is Gemini season, and we are here to represent. She has so many businesses, so many email addresses. I cannot keep up. So I would tell you where to follow her, but I'm nervous that it's not going to be the right spot. So we'll give her the opportunity. We wanted to get her back when we were featuring business owners, women business owners, but she was unavailable to us. And then last week she was all up in the chat, in the conversation. And so we worked it out to get her for our show tonight. It is none other than Miss Nik Snow. If you follow her for comedy, if you follow her for healing, if you follow her for manis, petties, makeup, hair.
And she's not Jamaican. That's so stereotypical.
Actually, let's bring Nik on.
She's gonna get me. Come on, Nik. What's up, Nik?
And I don't do hair though.
You don't?
You
I
don't do hair?
I think she meant like eyelashes.
That's what I meant. Yeah, like but listen, I don't know if in the you're doing you may braid some hair. I don't know.
I'll leave the hair alone. Hey guys.
Hey,
what's
girl.
going on, Nik?
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. Hello to your Refuel Chat It Up family, church family.
Yes.
I'm excited to have you on and welcome. Obviously, we tried to get you on before, but after last week, I was like, we need to get her. We need to have some conversations surrounding some of those comments she was making. And so we're going to talk about some of those things. And we want to hear about your businesses as well as all the work that you're doing in our community.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk. I want to see these memes. Let's all look at these.
Yeah,
Wait. First of all,
guys
Nik, have
play
you
memes.
seen the segment on memes?
No, but I saw I guess you guys first couple of maybe first or second show, and you guys putting the memes in. I was like, oh, I got some good memes. I wish I would have sent one.
Oh yeah, that would have been dope.
So
we do
feel
the
free
segment.
anytime. Every Friday we have a segment of what's the memes, and so here's what we got this week, family.
Take me
So we all know that I'm building a fence and wood is expensive.
Yes,
and so, I did the gas one last week. I saw this one, so I thought to bring it on. I
honked at the car in front of me, and this ain't popped out, and now I'm not sure what to do. OMG! and listen, some of these memes, only Johnson may laugh at it, but this is hilarious.
Listen, it's hilarious. What would you do?
Corny and hilarious.
Hey, don't call me corny.
That
What's
is
up,
corny
Nik?
hilarious. I like that, Nik. Yes, corny hilarious.
Shut up.
So in the middle of the Civil War, someone was like, you know what this country needs? And a delicious steak sauce.
Who decided?
Wait a minute. Is that true? Wait, is that established in 1862? Did you confirm that? Or is that some joke?
What? You don't think I researched my memes, Mr. Robinson?
That is hilarious.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
Even though steak sauce is the most disgusting thing ever, but I think it was interesting.
That A1 has been around for a lot of years, but I did not know.
You didn't know. Were you there? Were you wanting to make a decision?
I'm going to hide behind the meme and show you something.
Okay, what's next, Ashton?
Don't please give me a sign on what I should do.
That's what I did.
Oh God! Wait, what is that? What is that thing? Oh Lord! What is that?
It's to do the dishes.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know what to do.
yeah, I was trying to figure out what that contraption is on the other side. Going to tell my kids this was the game.
I cannot.
You are horrible, Johnson.
Oh God,
Johnson, that is so not right.
Listen, I think that was it.
Game of Thrones is my show too.
Yeah, that was it.
So
yeah,
memes
they're primarily for me to continue to laugh at. If you all laugh, great. But that Game of Thrones ones and that A1 sauce,
A1 took the
hilarious.
Yeah, the A1 was really good. Actually, I'm going to research that because I'm not quite sure.
I just wrote it down, Sean.
Right, you got to check that because I don't understand how they be thinking about steak sauce in 1862.
Well, you were there, so why don't you tell us?
You're a hater. Let's see. That's the thing about being having computers right next to you. So A1 sauce in 1862 is the untold truth of A1 sauce.
You're welcome.
Wow.
You were today years old when you found out when A1 sauce was established.
So apparently whoever owned it or the steak sauce, the company went bankrupt and the cook in 1862 created a sauce. Not necessarily,
what? Yeah, okay.
Of King George from 1824 to 1831.
Is that the time that we were in that the Civil War was going on?
Hold on.
I love it.
So it started in, so they set up a cookbook and at the time set up a shop in London in 1835. H.W. Brand was appointed the cook and manager of a cuisine in 1862 international exhibition in London where they talked about branding international sauce made out of vinegar. So I'm just trying to tell you.
My question is, was it during the Civil War? Yes.
But this was international. This was not in the United States. So they didn't care. They didn't.
Gives a rat.
So it actually started off as a tenderizer.
Someone's fighting. Someone else is chilling.
Yeah. So yeah, tenderizer.
That's a really good story.
Yeah. Whatever.
I just thought it was really interesting because if y'all knew what it was made of, y'all wouldn't eat it. Now, see, you done messed up the world. Now nobody wants it. Who wants to eat sauce or use sauce that was created during a time when we were trying to fight for our freedom? Every time I see A1 sauce on anybody's table, I'm be like, you know, they was chilling making that.
Well, that's how you got hog, mog, and chitlins doing slaves.
Wait a minute.
We only want to go there, right? Listen.
Stop. I can't. I see you, Loretta. We just got finished talking about you, Sliss. All right, let's talk about some of, I also give a segment on what's good to watch for the weekend. So, as we were in COVID, we were trying to give people things to do kind of during the weekend. And so we started the segment on what to watch. And so I don't know if y'all seen this, but if you have, talk a little bit about it, share it. So number 5 that I recommend, which is the lowest, is Them on Amazon. Have y'all seen that?
Yes, love
horrible. Horrible.
I like stuff that I like sick and twisted stuff.
It was very sick and twisted.
Very sick and twisted. I'm very sick and twisted.
Okay.
Nik, listen. I was watching it. I was like, what is going on? A black woman moving into a white dominant area and then having these, like, it was really, in fact, it was really, we could talk about mental health and we're going to do a segment, a show on mental health, but I felt like our people was having like these mental health issues.
That's exactly what was going on. It was going on, but you were actually being able to see it. Like the guy that was that was in blackface.
Right.
So that's that was his inner demons talking to him, but we got to see it physically.
It's crazy.
If you watch it again, I think you'll.
No, I'm not.
I tried to tell you on it. I tried to pull it in. Did you see that?
Thank you, Pastor. It was, and it was about racism. Absolutely.
It absolutely was.
And there was some moments in there of power where, you know, they were pushing through what was going. It's a whole bunch of stuff in here, but yeah, I'm not watching it again.
Yeah.
But I think everybody should watch it because you will learn some things. And it is absolutely based on, while there was some twists and scary moments, the real undertone of it was really the truth about how our people were trying to move into Compton and how it was a white dominant area and how they were trying to move the black people out. It was really interesting.
But
So
here's the
definitely
good
check
thing
it out.
about it: the little girl, the youngest little girl, the baby girl, her name is Melody Hurd. She's an actress out of PG County. Akakik is where she's from.
Really?
Mm.
Nobody knows where
Fox
Akakik.
5 did a segment on her. So
Nobody knows where Akakik is.
oh, Akakik, PG County,
That's Southern Maryland. Johnson, do you know what Akakik was?
I do.
Fort Washington. That's what it is.
It's Fort Washington. Yeah.
It's
Fancy Fort
further
Washington.
down. Listen, that's where Angela's from.
Mhm.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Those Who Wish Me Dead. Angela Jolie new movie. Was really good. If you have not seen it, check that out.
What's the name?
It's
Those
called,
Who Wish Me Dead.
yeah.
Oh.
It was really good. And you
Yeah.
know I'm a crybaby, right? So of course,
Were you crying?
I was crying.
But can I just say that guy whipped her butt? Can
He
I say
did.
that? I
No,
was so mad about that. Okay, I'm not gonna tell the story. But I was so mad about that because you know Angela Jolie plays these roles that are just
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
like
I was
just-
waiting for it. Yeah, but
me too. Like I thought maybe she had a superpower. She was gonna like beam something.
right. Yeah. No, but it was
good.
really good. It was really good.
Cool. And so that was number 4. Number 3 is called Run the World, and it's about a group of women who work, live, and play in Harlem as they strive to world dominance. And so this was I have not actually seen it, but I heard a lot of reviews that it was really good. So definitely check that out. It's about 4 Black women living in Harlem, and they're just trying to make, be great in the world. And so it reminds me of Sex and the City. So, definitely check it out. I would love to hear what your views are about it, and we'll go from there.
It's on
and
Star.
It's on Stars. Yes, thank you. And so the number 4 or number 2 is Queen Sugar. Now,
what happened to number 3?
number 3 was Run the World.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
So I'm working my way up to number 1. Okay, so number 2 is Queen Sugar. So I just got back into it, right? I have not watched last season 4, just because I thought it was their last season, and then I heard there was a season 5. But when I tell you that this family, listen, it is really, really not only well written, but it is really good. When I talk about emotion, it is like, and I love Ralph Angel being a very masculine Black man who is being able to
Attune his emotions.
Yeah, like his emotions, like you can feel and see everything that this man is going through. And I feel like that's just such a great representation of Black men to see that. It was to the point where I'm like, if you cry one more time, or because I was gonna cry, right? And I was just like,
That's a good point, Sean. He does show a lot of emotion.
He is very emotional.
And it makes me emotional. And I don't want to be emotional watching Queen Sugar all the time. So, and then I love the power of Nova and Charlie. Nova writing a book on truth and the family working. It's just a really good. So if you have not seen it, I would invite you to binge on Queen Sugar. Just check it out. You can check it out.
Tell them what it's streaming on. What network can they watch it?
Hulu. You can watch it on Hulu. Ralph Angel Baby all day, right?
All right, Pastor.
Well, I mean, I got a Ralph Angel, so I'm not tripping on that. Like I got a Ralph Angel. So number 1, I just so happened to stumble upon this as I was watching our movie that I coined last week, which I think is the Sin of the World, or What is Sin. And I just fell on this show. It's called Wigstock. And it's a Woodstock is an annual outdoor drag festival that begun in 1984 in Manhattan East Village that took place on Labor Day. And it's still continuing. And then they had gaps or whatever because of the mayor trying to block them. But what I loved about this story is that it was all pushed from or came from Stonewall, as well as just the transgender community not having a voice, and how that the housing or the houses of how gays and lesbians and transgender children, our siblings, all were like ostracized from their families or pushed away, and how these mothers and these fathers kind of just took in these children, and how drag played a part in a lot of that. So if you have not seen it, it's on Netflix. It's a documentary. I think it was like 1995, I believe. I'm not quite sure, but
it is 1995.
1990. Okay, thank you. But it is really good. Not a lot of diverse representation in there, as much as I would like it, because I know there were more involved. But it's Lady Bunny's kind of like, this is what's going on, and you get to see where RuPaul, or how that was created, and how the drag world in terms of New York drag, because they consider New York drag to be a lot different than anywhere in the world. So they talk about how that then makes them feel with having drag to be so commercialized now, in terms of the view of how great your face look and how much clothes you have on, versus the way that it was originally designed. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, the house community, the drag community, how the troubles in terms of why the trans community couldn't be. I mean, it started off with a space for people to come and be who they are, and how that then blew up into this concept of Wigstock. So it was a drag show that took 6 hours or more. And could you imagine that, right? It was, and I mean, you got to see it. All over, people from all over came to do that. So I would invite you all to watch that, as we are moving into Liberation Month, and we're talking about things that, trying to push past what we know, the boundaries of what we consider to be what society claims that it should be. It's a really dope documentary. So check it out. I would love to hear what your views are. Hit us up and let us know. So that was your top 5. 5 was Them, which crazy. Those Who Wish Me Dead, Angela Jolie, was number 4. Number 3, Run the World, kind of like a Sex and the City kind of show. And then Queen's Sugar, which is awesome. And then Wigstock. Check it out.
Wow. So, Miss Nik Snow, our special guest tonight. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the Refuel family. I know you. I love you. But tell the Refuel family a little bit about yourself.
All right. So, of course, I'm Nik Snow. I have a lot of hats, because yes, I am a Gemini, and Sean just mentioned moving into, so Juneteenth is my actual birthday. How about that?
Really?
Juneteenth is my birthday.
It is.
Get out of here.
So I am a stand-up comedian. That is one part of my Gemini side. I am also a beauty influencer. So I am a licensed nail technician, have been since I was 21 years old, been doing nails since I was like 17. I am a certified makeup artist. What I say? Eyelash extensionist, brow artist, all those certifications, right? But the part that is so near and dear to me, besides comedy, right, is I am a meditation guide, and I'm a certified Reiki practitioner.
Wow.
So healing. So I've been, now they started calling me the comedic healer, because a lot of my followers, a lot of other comedians are like, hey, she's a Reiki practitioner. She's always talking about mindfulness and all these things. And she's a comedian. So she's like the comedic healer, because I tell people, do like I do. I laugh at the most toxic, the most perverted, the most crazy things. And that's where I get my healing. And that part of me started from years of suffering from depression. So depression has been a blessing in my life. It has been such a blessing. I've called it now like the prerequisite to healing, to starting your healing journey.
Yeah.
If I had never known what, and the reason why I say suffer from depression too, let me say that. I still have bouts of depression, but it's manageable. So I'm not suffering from it anymore. Now when it's coming, I'm like, come on, baby, I'm ready for you. My clothes are already washed, warm are already clean. I ain't gonna be sitting in here not doing nothing. I'm ready for you. And then these lessons come out, like all these healing books and just meditation and all of this stuff. And I have interfaith. So of course, my first love is God. And I practice Buddhism, Nichiren Buddhism. So I'm the one chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. But I would have never, none of these things would ever come into my path had I not felt depression.
Yeah.
And it started my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
So all these wonderful things came about because of that. So yeah, those are all the things about me. And I'm 4'11" and a half. with a 6'9" personality. I think Loretta can attest to that. She did some work in my business, the Antidote Beauty and Mindfulness Suite.
Wow.
I was bossing her around.
So Sean, I'll let you jump in there. I have tons of questions, but I'll let you go. What you got?
No, I first met Nik. She called on Unity Fellowship Church of Baltimore to do a service for a friend of hers. I think we went by the water, if I remember, and I think I was doing the libation for your friend who
Troy.
had transitioned.
Yeah,
Troy. And it was a very powerful moment for me, and I thank you for allowing Unity Fellowship Church of Baltimore to be that to be there for support, and which is what our one of our tenets is about community. And we just love the fact that you called upon us, and I think that I've been following you and watching you grow from there. And every time I think, and then we went to a party, I think, or we went somewhere.
We
John,
have done a lot of things together.
Yeah.
But you were there for my that was my awakening. That friend, Toy, rest in peace, Toy. Her and Carla shared.
Toy, that's right.
Birthday.
Toy, yeah, Latoya Elston. Yeah, rest in peace, Toy. That was my awakening. When Toy committed suicide, that was my wake up. I always feel like her. It's weird. I feel like her taking her life it helped me save my life.
Shifted, yeah, I can.
So that was my awakening.
Yeah. So I feel like we're so kindred spirit in so many ways in terms of how many jobs we have.
Yeah, because remember I was moving out of the condo. The owners wanted me to sell it, and
you came there,
with a client. Yes. They wanted me to buy it. I should have bought that. Why you didn't convince me to buy it? $99,000 short sale.
Listen, I mean, I feel like our paths were crossing in so many ways. So, how do you balance it all? And
she's a mom.
And that's where I was gonna lead into being a mom. And what does that look like for someone to be in love with? You know what I mean? Talk about that.
See. He slipped that one in there.
Conversation offline, but yeah. So I think I'll be forever single, and so let's talk about how I balance with my son first. First, I adopted my son. You guys know that. To everybody watching, all the viewers, I adopted my son, and I adopted my son back then it was my partner. So her and I we were his foster parents first. Since January 2011 is when he came into our life. And then actually next month, we're celebrating 8 years of adoption.
Wow.
Yeah. So 3.5 years later, he was adopted. Mm-hmm.
I think we went to one of the birthday parties.
Yeah. Shout out to Corey. He's now 10. He's 10 years old now. But how I balance is shared custody. Of course, her and I aren't together anymore. Haven't been since the adoption. We're lesbians. But that's how I balance, shared custody. Shared custody allows me to do everything. But when my son is with me, I'm very present. But now he's getting older, right? He's older. So he can be in his room or doing his thing while I'm doing like a virtual show. Or now my best friend and I have decided to cohabitate, So I live in a household with my best friend. So if I need to run out to a show and it's my night with my son, my best friend is here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So talk a little bit about why you think you're going to be single forever, or why you named it.
Okay, so here's the deal. So I'm like that person that I don't.
This is Refuel. This is chat it up. Chat it up.
Because I don't think that my calling on this earth, why I'm here physically, is not to be in one relationship. I'm supposed to be helping people have several experiences. So I am very, I have a lot of empathy, right? I'm very caring. I draw in like lost souls, but they be fine. So like so after they experience me and they go on to live these wonderful lives. And I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wow.
Out of everything else. It sounds weird, but I'm so serious. I feel like I'm supposed to have all these experiences. And I get so bored after a while. But guess what? I do have someone that I love so much. And I've been dealing with her on and off for now. It's been since 2019. And nobody else has taken my heart besides this woman. I just broke a pencil saying that. Did you guys hear it snap?
Yes.
Listen, that's the power of love. Like that was some good energy right there.
So this person has actually captured my heart, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know. We're two air signs. She's an Aquarian. I'm a Gemini. We are like two of the same. We are two of the same. And it's like, I don't know. I can't get everything to mesh. It's like I have this one life. It's like I have separate lives. Like I'm a mom with a co-parent. We travel, do all these things together. And then I try to have a relationship over here. At first I was trying to get everything together, like all this cohesiveness. Like we're going to all be together because my co-parent, her partner actually shares custody too. So I was like, good, we're going to have all this. No, it was terrible.
Wow.
So now I'm like, you know what? I would rather I have this one person who has my heart. If I get like maybe 50 and we still dealing with each other, I guess we'll get married then. I don't know. But right now, it's not my focus at all. My focus right now, big time, is my comedy. Besides my son, of course.
Right.
But I can't slack with that anymore. I'm having really big promoters call me.
That's nice.
And they're understanding because I also have 2 autoimmune diseases. So I usually during this month of May, I'm usually doing the rheumatoid arthritis walk, but of course COVID kicked that out.
Right.
But yeah, so not only am I juggling all those things and being this super single person with all these experiences.
Super single.
Yeah, super single. Super single Saturday. That's what I call like Super Soul Sunday. Super single Saturday.
Super single.
But juggling those things and having rheumatoid arthritis can be a doozy sometimes. So I had to cut out meat. So now I'm pescatarian. Life's been better. There we go.
So you've talked about the mindfulness. You talked about battling depression. You talked about super single. You talked about
I love that term, super single.
This person who's captured your heart. And so you have an Instagram post and it says, life is all about balance. You don't always need to be getting stuff done. Sometimes it's perfectly okay and absolutely necessary to shut down, kick back, and do nothing. Yeah. And so as it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so you shared a little bit. So can you unpack that a little bit for us from your perspective about life and about balance?
Of course. One of the things that's so triggering to all of us is having to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Now, especially with these smartphones, because a smartphone is going to tell you everything you need to do. It's going to keep dinging. So on top of your calendar, now you set reminders.
Yeah.
And then now you have accountability partners also texting you. Did you do this? Did you do that? Right. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to get everything done. You don't have to follow this rigid schedule, but still have that schedule.
Yeah.
To tell you, take a moment to be like, you know what? Okay, it's okay if I don't get this one thing done.
Mm-hmm.
When you're prioritizing, put that thing at the top that you really need to get done, but put at the bottom what can wait.
Yeah.
That's what I had to start doing because when I became a mom, everything became so rigid. My schedule was rigid. And you know what it was doing? It was bringing that depression back hard, and I was being down on myself like, oh my goodness, I'm a mom. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and do that. At the time, I was a supervisor. I was still working for DC government then. And I was responsible for a team of 12. And I was just like, okay, now I got to babysit at work. I got to come home to my son. I got to do all these things. And it was a lot. And I think those things, stress is a doozy. I still believe that's how I got rheumatoid arthritis, from stress. But balancing everything, some people say it's easier said than done. No, it's said than done than said than done.
Yeah. So what you talked about your comedy. and where we connect is that kind of depression, right? And being able to get up and drive yourself. And so comedy is something, you've been funny since I've known you, right? You talked about Toy's experience being your awakening, but you're very close to your family, right? So where do you get most of your material from?
If I could be honest,
Please.
my grandmother used to play Mom's Mabley records. I wish I could send you. I wish I would have sent you guys this picture of me. There's a picture. I don't know if you could pull it, Carla, from my Instagram. There's a picture of me as a little girl holding a microphone. So
Yeah, okay.
I would repeat what Mom's Mabley was saying, but I had no idea what she was saying. But my family knew what she was saying, and they would be laughing so hard. So then I learned in like college what Mom's Mabley was saying. And then when I identified that Mom's Mabley was also gay, it just was like, okay. So I noticed that when people around me were like, especially in college, this was the real kicker in college. A lot of people around me were depressed. They were just going through so much stuff. And I would just say just stupid stuff. And they would just be cracking up with tears in their eyes. And I was like, you know what? It fueled me. Making other people laugh, it actually made me feel better helping other people. So I just kept with it. And then a colleague at DC government, Aussie, I was working at, he's working around the corner from me, Carla.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A colleague entered me in a contest and did not tell me until a week before the contest. And had invited all these people. And so that was in April of 2017, and I won that contest over 9 seasoned comedians. I won. Wow.
So give us a little bit of what Nik Snow is on a stage in a comedy show.
On a stage in a comedy show, you know the first thing I do? I get people uncomfortable. When I get on stage, the first thing I say is, "Hey, y'all," and then I go, "Where are all my fellas?" I say, "Where are my straight men at?" Right? And then I say, "Well, you guys can probably go to the bathroom or because the lesbian has entered the room." I do that all the time, but it's crazy because actually people sit up in their chairs when I say some people, I can see the people that get maybe a little tiny bit uncomfortable, but then I turn this all into a teaching moment. And people become more relaxed and they're laughing. And those same people who were kind of at first, then there's the ones asking me, "Hey, what's your Instagram? Hey, you got Cash App, you got Venmo, you got Zelle." Bro, I got all of that. What you need?
So you tell the straight people to go, you show the straight men to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, I'll say who's married. And I'll say, where my heterosexual couples at? Who's married? And then I go, let me talk to your wife for a minute because the lesbian has entered the building. Hey, ladies, wink. Let me see by a round of winks. Who's curious? And I'm telling you, them ladies wink too.
Oh, word? Get out of here.
They wink. I don't think they mean to, but if you tell somebody not to do something, they do it. So you tell somebody to do something, they do it. You say wink, people are. One lady, I started to get cross out like. I was like, whoa, okay. Marriage is gonna end.
I love it.
Yeah.
So last week you talked about how ugly people, particularly men, have great sex. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Ugly people. So let me tell you. So there was a point in my life when it was just easier to have sex with men. So so before I came out at 18 years old. So yeah, I wasn't sleeping with men. I was sleeping with boys. So, but anyway, even during that time, the ugly boys, oh man, they were packing a punch. You know what I think it is? I think that people who come on, we all get it. See, I think Sean, you and I agree, and Carla wasn't. So
no. I did not agree with that.
Agreeing. Okay.
I did not. No. Only because
I'll take the heat. I want all the smoke. I'll take the heat. So that's what the young folks say. I try to be hip sometimes. I want all the smoke.
I like that. I want all the smoke.
So, but when God takes away one thing, He strengthens another area. We all know that. So I feel like people who
wait, are you insinuating
that God did it?
She just said she was going to take the smoke, and then she blamed it on God. She said, "When God takes something."
Wait, are you trying to insinuate that God designed people to be powerful and impactful in the bed?
You better believe it. God designed everything. I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. God was like, listen,
Wait, I can't.
I'm gonna make you presentable here,
You
but
done
I'm
heard
gonna
this.
make you very presentable there. And that's how we win. Because I love you, child. That's how it goes. Look at me. Look, let me tell you something. I am 4'11" and a half, and I am thick. Okay, I'm thick as a brick with some extra cement. Okay, well, extra cement coming through. You know how the gray cement sweep out.
Not extra cement. I'm gonna need you to not stop.
Not the gray cement seeping out.
So, but my personality. That's how I get them. That's how I get them. My personality. I'm telling you. Single, super single.
Super. You have heard it on Refuel. Super single by a 4'11"
and a half.
4'11" and a half woman who says that she's thick with a little bit of cement on the side.
And you know what? It's okay to be. This is another thing that can cause stress, right? Everyone is thinking about the house with the picket fence, the marriage, the kids, all that. Guess what? Everyone's lives are different. It is okay to be you, as long as you're happy with it. Don't worry about what other people are looking at, because sometimes we're looking at certain things, and then you get to know that's those situations, and those situations sometimes are a mess. So my whole thing is whatever your life looks like, right? Whatever you don't like, let's find some ways to change it. And if it's small things, if you don't like eating peanut butter and jelly, let's switch to ham and cheese. It's making the small things first, right? We don't have to start with, you know what, I'm tired of living in this one bedroom. I'm going to buy me a mansion. You know you don't need the mansion, and it's just you. You can afford it first.
That's true.
So it's like let's start with the little small changes, little small things. Let me tell you, I'll give you an example. I have a double chin. Right? So if I sit like this, you see it, right? But if I sit up, you don't really see it that much. Simple changes. Stress be gone.
I have never heard anyone use the double chin as an example.
Wait a minute. I was about to get real deep.
That's why I have a beard, so you can't see my double chin.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you've ever seen my alter ego videos. I use a lot of male filters. I take them from Snapchat.
Uh-huh.
I look really good. If I was trans, woo, I'd be on fire. But I am really.
Would you be super single?
Oh yeah, because I would. Oh yes.
She said, "Oh yes."
I'll be super single.
So
the thing about super single is, my heart can be connected to somebody, right? But I think, to be honest with you, being very, very vulnerable to just one person, it is kind of like, ooh. I haven't really given in all the way yet.
So that's a you thing.
That's a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally a me thing. So you gotta know yourself. You gotta know who you are.
That's the powerful thing.
You gotta know yourself.
You gotta know yourself.
To know yourself.
And I think that's in my opinion, that's why you can do super single real well, right? Because you know yourself, and you know what you're willing to put up with, what you're not willing to put up with, what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're not willing to sacrifice. And it is
and I know my toxic traits, that self-sabotage,
and that's what we were talking about somewhat of last week, right? Those traits that a lot of people, and this is why, in my opinion, breakups can be so messy. Is because people are not willing to accept and I think I said this last week, they're not willing to accept their stuff. And so, they just want to kind of cross their arms and be like, you. Yeah. Well, if you were to kind of look at your part of it and own it, it'd be a little different.
And you know what? They do it, but they're doing it inside. They're doing it internally, because if they
I believe that,
then it's like I lost. It's like they lose.
Right.
People know what they're doing. They know when they're self-sabotaging. They know when they're cheating. They know a person knows everything they did to you before you start to find out.
Yep.
I agree with that.
They know it.
I agree.
But what if we all had that open conversation?
Well, I think, as I was watching Queen Sugar this week, I think that's kind of what hit me is, when she wrote a book about the truth about the family, and how she had to kind of come to grips with the truth, and how the truth really does really do set you free, and it promotes opportunity for a healthier relationship, right? And
Yeah.
I think that if we all dive into ourselves to find the truth and bring that up, I think that we will probably be leaving a lot of people that we're friends with or involved with or in love with or having sex with, and we will be open to perhaps people that we never thought that we would be interested in.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you said that about the
And that's where the
family
freedom comes in.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it, and to be free. And I love, thank you, Reverend Mama Austin, who talked about, that's why we say thank you, God, during that time, is to be able to freely be able to be grateful, even in the midst of sex, even in the midst of anything that you are doing that is bringing joy or some type of an experience that is fulfilling, I guess, for me. So yeah, like truth does equal freedom for me. It really does.
And you know what? You touched on something. Carla asked a question a few moments back, and I don't know if I said this part, but you're making me think about it again. I actually use comedy also to show my family the toxicity that can exist sometimes. Like I do a joke about dysfunctional families, right? And I say, who all has dysfunctional family? We all got them. It's okay. I always put the it's okay, because it is. We all have them. If you don't have them, then you're the dysfunctional person in the family, right? And so I talk about group chat. Like, never have a group chat if you have a dysfunctional family. You cannot create a group chat. This actually happened in my family last weekend. My cousin got his degree. So we're all on there. Congratulations. Praise God. Everything, right? You know, my super Christians, I love you. I love you all. My aunts had to put in there, thank you, Jesus. And you got my one aunt that said, take me off this group chat. Take me off. And so I made a whole joke about that. And my aunt who did that laughed at that. She was able to see what she did, call it, retrace it, and she apologized.
And what was she apologizing for?
She apologized for saying, take me off this group chat. Yeah. She wasn't in a good space. It had nothing to do with the family. Yeah. She had precipitating factors, because we all got to check ourselves at the door. She had a precipitating factor, and she let that spill over into the family chat. She wasn't having a good moment. Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. We got to check ourselves at the door. And I use the door metaphorically. That's everything. The door could be a text message. Somebody can text you and say, hey, Sean, what's up? I love you. And you might not be having a good moment. Girl, bye. Yeah. That's your response, right? You know, but that was you. Somebody just cut you off in traffic, or somebody just did something to you. Something just went wrong at work, and now your response is energy transfers. And when we remember that and learn that, check yourself at the door.
Listen, Nik, we are literally at time right now, and I am so shocked because I feel like it just went by just like that. I feel like you got to come back, and we got to get you on for a show. I mean, like, I wish it
was a way that. Well, I don't know if I can curse on here, but I wish it was a way that you can. I wish it was a way that one day when I do the virtual show, that it was some way we could. I bet you Ashton could hook it up.
Yeah,
I bet you Ashton can do wonders, because I've watched sometimes, and things you've had Ashton do, I'm like, golly, Ashton, can you take me to the moon? Can you get me out of sleep?
Look, he'll complain and gripe and call us all kind of names in his head, but he'll do it.
He'll make it happen. Listen, he will. So, well, let's talk about that, right? And so, Nik has a meditation session happening tomorrow at Anacostia Park. So if you're in that DC area on the 22nd at 10 a.m. in Anacostia Park, go and have a outdoor meditation session with Nik Snow.
Absolutely free. You don't have to register. Just come on.
You don't have to register. Just go out at 10 a.m. And when you get into the park, just drive until you see that face on the grass.
Long hair.
And the long hair.
And she's 4'11" and a half.
Nik, you always welcome on the screen with us.
Always.
We love you. Thank you for talking to us about all the things you're doing. And I don't see a comedy show that's coming up, but
I have one this Sunday. I'm on the lineup, of course, because it's virtual. I'm on the lineup for DC Black Pride is this weekend. So I'm on the lineup for that on Sunday. Everything is posted on my page. You guys can follow me.
Which page?
Okay, just
because I'm on Nik. I am on Nik Snow comedy _official, and I don't see a Sunday show.
That is it's on there. Look at the DC. It says DC Black Pride Showcase. It's on there. Nik Snow comedy _official.
Wait, what is your Facebook page?
My Facebook page is Nik Snow. Not the other one. I locked myself out of the Nik Snow Team Toy Snow Dag. So just Nik Snow.
What about Nik Snow Comedy Official?
It's a Facebook thing too? Oh gosh.
I told you.
Just follow me. No, just request me at Nik Snow. Everybody can always come on. I'm so extroverted.
I love it. Listen, Nik, you.
All right, there we go. So this is the comedy show, DC Pride. Happy Pride, DC. 3 p.m. Here are all the pages that you can go to check out Miss Nik Snow.
The link is in the bio.
The link is in the bio.
Yes.
And here's the one for tomorrow. For the meditation session at 10. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And people can also follow the Antidote. It's called the Antidote Suite online. So right now I had to take a pause from clients. I'm taking a pause until I get vaccinated.
That's fair.
Fair. I'm like, I had COVID and it is absolutely no joke. People, please wear your mask, even if you're vaccinated.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the federal government has now opened up many of the buildings to a non-mask environment for those that are vaccinated. And what's really interesting is that while we don't have to wear a mask, we're not allowed to ask if someone has been vaccinated. So somebody who hasn't been vaccinated cannot wear a mask, and we're not allowed to ask them. So,
but I'm vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated, but I identify as vaccinated, and people ask.
It's time to go. It's time to go. Listen, it's been fun. Nik, we are going to take you to the green room, and we love you. Ashton, we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you. Thank you.
We love you. Can't wait for you to come back on. Just hold tight. We're going to come back. I'm actually going to check out this comedy showcase on Sunday, so I'll definitely be able to report back on the following Friday. But wasn't she a joy, a hoot to have? I see you, Vanessa. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, I love Nik Snow. Thank you so much. It's been fun, Mr. Robinson.
Fun. I miss you. We see you, Pastor. Our pastor wants to thank everybody for all the birthday love that was given towards him. His birthday was May the 15th. He kind of like did it up like probably 7 days in a row before, and 7 days he's probably gonna still continue to party. So if you want to still give him some shout outs, hit him up. We love you, Pastor. We really do. Thank you for always supporting us too. We see you, Vanessa. I see you. Energy does. You're right. Johnson.
Yes.
Your birthday's coming up. You be 40, girl.
I know.
The big 40.
The big 40.
Hey, Johnson, do you still have my tent?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know that big octagon thing that just pops up? You know, that very expensive outdoor coverage thing that was in your garage? I just want you to know that I will be coming to pick that up. Is it still
you mean like the grill that was at your house that I never got back?
Oh.
I'm saying what happens after it stays somewhere for so long? Yeah. What are you saying?
Johnson, I don't think that's fair. Are you trying to say that you have now taken ownership of that?
Taking ownership.
First of all, it was very expensive. And do you know that's kind of like an event kind of coverage?
And I'm about to make an event. It's gonna be the weekends in my backyard.
No. You just
Loretta and I can sit. So Loretta's mad at me because we cut her tree down in my backyard. So Loretta, listen. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna put the tent up tomorrow.
Oh no, you're not.
You're not. Well, you're 15 hours away. What you gonna do? I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm gonna go live on Facebook tomorrow after we put the tent up. Think I won't. I forgot all about that tent.
Which is even more reason why you should return it.
That's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
So once that's kind of like my wine fest outdoor.
That's your business. You don't live here no more. So find a new tent. Buy one from Alabama. Get your man that's touring across the Alabama cities and streets to buy you a tent.
Nobody has that kind of like, hey, everybody, listen, I bought this beautiful pop-up.
You will see it. You will see it because I'll go live from the Refuel page to show you. They'll see it.
Can I have my contraption back?
No, thank you.
Loretta, would you be so kind? Loretta, I got a quote. I got the quote, by the way. I got the quote. I'm going to send it to you.
That's your business. That's your business.
Hey, listen, everybody. We love you. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Share this. And we got to do a better job at advertising because I think I've been slacking.
You have.
Loretta said no. Like, I didn't have it back, Loretta? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's what she said. You have been slacking.
Unacceptable.
It is.
Absolutely unacceptable.
Yes. So, okay, I am going to start my pre-birthday celebrations now.
Your birthday until next week. The week after.
When's my birthday, Sean?
It's on my calendar.
See, now if this was him, folks, he would have stopped. He had a whole personal moment about birthday.
Because you're young and you should know.
He don't even know when my birthday is.
I'm about to tell you.
See, Ashton. Wow. He gotta look it up. Thank you, Sister Trotta. Yeah.
Don't do it.
I'm just saying.
It's not her birthday yet, Trotter. It's not her birthday.
Okay.
It's not. Your birthday.
Yeah. Nobody ever does nothing for me. I gotta do everything myself.
It's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Not those Memorial Day babies. The babies, they always get a party.
He did say that. That's what he said, Ashton. Just wrong.
What Ashton say? Ashton, nobody's talking to you, and you cannot talk from the background.
Starting early.
I did not say the 31st. No, I did not. All right.
Say that. It's been real.
Hey, why are you? I think you need to check your internet. It's a little janky this day.
That's you. You've been freezing all night. I didn't say anything to you. Ashton, tell him who's been freezing.
Well, you've been freezing on my screen.
That's because your internet's jacked up. That Google.
You're a hater.
I'm just saying.
You are just a hater. Hey, listen, everybody. We love you. Johnson, I love you. Thank you so much, Ashton. Nik, you've been amazing.
All right. Have a great night. Love you all.
Bye.
So, thank you all very much for joining us tonight.
Johnson. Kiss the baby swan.
So yes, it's our show.
I love you too, and we're gonna get to do this again next week.
Have a good night, everybody.
Hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Shout it up. Subscribe to our Facebook. Get on subscribe. Here it is.
Right there.
Go to UFC Baltimore.
Catch you this.